All right, 3, 4. Compositions of transformations means that you are doing more than one transformation. Okay? More than one. Okay? The 3 transformations that we've done so far. Okay, if I have to tell you to put it away one more time, I'm taking it, and it's going to your grandma.
It's just calculating.
I don't care what it is. Okay? The 3 transformations that we've been talking about. The first one was a reflection. What are the other ones?
Rotation and...
Okay, rotation was the third one.
Translation.
Rotate. I can't spell rotation. Rotation. And the middle one was a translation. Okay? So what we are doing in this section is we are doing like 2 of these at the same time. So we're doing 2 of them together, all right? So let's just kind of review. You guys have these on your sheet. If we are reflecting across the x-axis, what happens? And reflecting across the y-axis, what happens? If I'm reflecting across the x-axis, what happens to the xy coordinate?
Switch and then the first one becomes negative.
Nope, they don't flip.
What? I mean, not flip, but when they both go negative.
Nope, just one of them becomes negative.
Oh, for the x?
X negative y, okay? If you're flipping across the y-axis,
then the x
becomes negative, okay? Translating, I'm just going to put the little triangular brackets, and then whichever coordinate points, that tells you how you're sliding it left, right, up, down, okay? Rotations, you have 3 rotations. They are 90, 180, 270. 270. Okay, let's write the rule for those guys.
Oh.
There's a
This
rule.
is where you're flipping it and turning
All right,
it.
now, here's the deal. Watch this, because you're going to have to memorize these for the test, and I'm going to show you how to memorize them right now. 90 and 270, you flip them. So it goes y, then x, y, then x. One of them becomes negative. Okay? Are you ready? 90 and 270, they both are y, x, y, x. Okay? One of them becomes negative. 90 comes before 270. So on the 90, the first one becomes negative. 270, the second one becomes negative. Do you see that?
And then
Okay? So you flip it around. Y, x, y, x. First one becomes negative. Second one becomes negative in 270. Okay? 180, they do not switch. It goes x and then y. But they both turn negative. Okay? So x, y, both turn negative. Good? That's your little cheat sheet. Okay? Composition of transformations, we're doing more than one at a time. Okay? So to illustrate this, what they've done here is they start with this footprint. Okay? And this is called a glide reflection. Okay? So what I'm doing is I am shifting this footprint up, and then I'm reflecting it over, and that becomes my second footprint. Okay? Then I'm sliding it again, and I'm reflecting it over, and this becomes my third footprint. That's called a glide reflection. Okay? So you're shifting it, and you're reflecting it, shifting and reflecting. That's kind of what you're doing the whole time. Okay? Good? What? They could just, yeah, they're just walking. All right. So example 1. Here we go. Let's start with J, K, and L. And we're going to write these guys down. 6, -1, 10, -2, 5, -3. And I'm going to plot these. You don't have a 10, but kind of do the best you can. 6, -1, 10 is out here, -2-ish, 5, -3. There's your points. Something of that nature, okay? Then we're going to go and do J prime, K prime, L prime. Okay? The first thing that we are doing is what? Translating it along the whatever shift 0-4. What does 0-4 do to him?
6 stays the same on the first one.
Yep.
And
How does the 4 change it?
it become 3.
It's like moving him up 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 stays the same. -1 becomes 3. 10, 2, and 5.
No. 1.
1. Okay, I'm going to plot him.
I'm trying to learn math and it's not working very
6, 6, 3, 10, 2, 5, 1. There we go. We've shifted it up 4 units. Now it looks like we shifted up 4 units. Up 4. Okay? Let me do that again. Up 4. I don't want my little arrow to be curvy. Okay. All right. Next one. The last thing that we're doing is what? What does it say?
Reflecting across in the y-axis.
Reflecting in the y-axis. Oop. Okay. Now these guys are double primes because this is the second one that we're doing. Okay. So reflecting across the y-axis, which makes
Oh boy, there's another one.
the x coordinate negative. So we're doing double to this, okay? X coordinate becomes negative. So what does it become?
-6,
Negative 6,
3,
3,
Ow.
-10, 2,
negative 10, 2,
and then -5, 1.
negative 5, 1. Okay? So I'm taking this guy and I'm reflecting him across the y-axis. He should be flipped over there. Let's see what he looks like.
Why is it K4?
Negative 6, 3.
It's still in the hash mark.
Oh.
She's really bad at handwriting.
I can't write. 10, 2,
My name's Isaac.
Yeah, well.
and negative 5, 1. There he is.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's
Okay?
yellow
He's
or
flipped over.
Yellow.
Oh,
What?
Baba Booey.
Yellow.
Holy crap.
Yellow, like the color.
Oh shoot, I didn't grade those.
You didn't grade anything.
I graded the ones from the other day, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know,
those are
maybe.
already done.
Okay, there you go. Alright, good? Okay, let's go down to example 2. We only have 2 points here. That's kind of exciting. C, D. So we have less work to do. C is negative 7, 1. D is negative 3, 2. Okay, first thing that we are doing is what?
Reflecting across the x-axis.
Reflecting across the x-axis. So x-axis, okay? And when we do that,
X, negative y.
x, negative y. Okay, these are all rules that you should have at the top of your sheet. Okay, so C prime and D prime. That's what we need to do now. Okay,
It would be -7, -1.
negative 7, negative 1. Just the y coordinate becomes negative. Okay,
-3, -2.
negative 3, negative 2. Okay, I should graph these. Negative 7, 1, and negative 3, 2. There's my first one. That's CD. And my second one, if I graph him, negative 7, negative 1, negative 3, negative 2. There's my second one. Okay? Now, last thing, I want to do 90 degrees. 90-degree rotation. Okay, if I'm rotating him 90 degrees, what quadrant is he going to end up in? I'm rotating him 90 degrees.
3.
Right now he's this purple one.
Oh, then he's gonna be in the fourth.
He's gonna be in the fourth quadrant. He's gonna move over here.
Are we gonna need these
Wait,
things?
Right over here.
What's
Are we
one
gonna need these
for
things for our test?
One
No.
is top right, 2
Oh,
is top left,
swagalicious.
3 is bottom left, and
Okay.
4 is bottom left.
All right, so C double prime, D double prime. Okay, put it down. You don't need it.
It was Carly.
All right, what's the rule for 90 degrees? What's the rule for 90 degrees?
You switch them around and X
Switch 'em
becomes
around?
negative.
And the first one becomes negative. Switch them around, first one becomes negative. Okay, so switch them around. They become negative 1, negative 7.
Quiet.
It'd be positive.
Negative 1, negative 7, but the first one becomes
Positive.
negative, which is turns it back positive, okay? Switch them around. I have negative 2, negative 3, but the first one becomes
Positive.
negative, so it's positive, right? Okay, now graph those guys. 1, negative 7, 2, negative 3, and there he is. So I've rotated him around this way. I've flipped him down and rotated him around. Okay? Good? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Coach.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
Craig, what are you doing on your calculator?
He's not on the screen.
It's a calculator. not a phone.
All right.
He's not on his calculator.
Okay, now, there's 2 more things that we've got to talk about, and one of them is doing a double reflection. So we're double reflecting him 2 times 2, but the lines that we are reflecting him over are parallel lines, like this guy, K and L, okay? So this is my starting image. Here's where I start. Then I flip him over top of this line K, and he looks like this guy. Then I flip him again over top of this line, and this is where I'm ending, okay? So what do you notice about start versus end? They're the same image, right? They're exactly the same. If you flip it and then flip it again, it turns out to be exactly the same, facing the same direction, etc., right? Okay, so what's happening here is if the lines are parallel, that is equal to just sliding him over. If I'm reflecting him twice, I'm just sliding him over. But the distance that you are sliding over, okay, here's the important part. Let's say this distance right here is 7. You are actually sliding him over 14 units because it's double the distance, right? If the parallel lines are 7 units apart, then you're sliding him over 14 units. They're sliding him double, okay? Good?
Yeah.
Flip to the back side. Let's do part A before we go up, okay? We're going to flip this guy over, and normally we would take a lot of time to do all this stuff, but I'm just going to, we're just going to do this kind of freehand, okay? So here's what I want you to do. This dot right here, Okay, put a little dot on that figure there. We want to reflect him over top of M first, okay? So he is that distance away. We're going to draw him, and we're going to make him the same distance, but on the other side. Does that make sense? You're going to kind of have to eyeball this, all right?
I don't even have that.
Okay? This guy right here, we're going to draw a line going across, and we're going to eyeball that, and we're going to say that he's going to end up right about there. Okay? Same distance, but on the other side. This guy, draw my dotted line straight across. He goes through that one, and if I eyeball that distance, about there, right above the C. Okay? And then if I do this guy, dot, 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 make him go all the way over because I want it to be perpendicular, and he's going to be about there. And this is what my object is going to look like. Something of this nature. Okay? That's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad. Okay? All right, now we got to do it one more time. We're going to flip him over top of P. Okay? So this guy is this far away. We're going to go the same distance, but on the other side. Going straight across over here. We're eyeballing how far that is. About there. This one, same direction. We're going here. And I'm going about, oh boy, this is looking not so hot, but that's okay.
I am.
Same with you.
Okay, right there.
That's me.
But don't say just
There
kidding.
we go. Okay, there's that. That's what he looks like. Okay?
That's what mine
So he kind of looks, I'm
She
going
didn't
to,
call Pokemon cute today. And she was like,
Who said that?
he didn't call Pokemon cute.
What did you say?
Cause like, are those your legs or are those pantyhose? And she's like, what? And I was like, is that the color of your legs? And then she was like, oh, no, I think it matches the skirt very much. And then Kate was like, you know what, Pokemon, I think you look cute today. And she went, don't ever say that to me.
So he's
ever.
trying to compliment her.
all right.
No, and then
He
she
was being
like,
sarcastic.
She's a
like,
feminist.
she
What?
All right.
was like, my husband would not.
So part A, reflecting him twice. These two lines are parallel. I'm reflecting him twice. That is the same as doing what? How could I have gotten from here to here?
Sliding it.
Sliding him, translating him, how far?
What?
So you did
1.75 plus 1.75.
Is how far?
3.
3.5
25. Or 50.
centimeters.
How is it
3.5 centimeters. If you double 1.75, that's 3.5.
I was close.
Okay? So, rather than flipping him twice, we're sliding him over. Okay? Good? All right, now, what happens if the lines aren't parallel, like these two guys? Shh, you gotta listen. This one's the hard one. These two lines that I'm flipping him over, this one here and this one here, those two lines are not parallel. They cross each other.
They
Okay?
are not parallel.
And we're going to say that they're crossing each other at a 70-degree angle. They will give that to you. Okay? They're making a 70-degree angle where they cross each other, right? So what we're doing first is we're taking this segment right here and we're flipping him over top of this line and he's going there, yeah? Okay? Then we're taking that same guy and we're flipping him over top of this line and he's going there, okay? That is the same thing as, what does it look like I've done from this segment to this segment? It looks like we rotated it, but how far are we rotating it?
180. No, not.
Has to do with the 70 degrees.
240.
140.
Ah!
Take 70 degrees and you double it. So when I'm reflecting it there and reflecting it over, it's like rotating him 140, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to do here.
You add the two.
All right.
Like you would add 70 and 70, and then add
Or take 70 times 2, yep. Okay, so what we're going to do here is, it might help to hold your paper like at an angle so that the M is like straight, flat, I guess, horizontal. Okay, I'm going to do my dotted lines and we're going across him this direction, right there. This one's going across. Make sure you're making a 90-degree angle where he goes across. And he's going to go about there, and A is going to go about there. Okay, this is what he looks like after we flip him across to M. That's ish what he's going to look like. Okay, good?
Sure.
All right.
Mine looks
Okay.
just like yours.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my paper like this so that P is straight up and down. That might help. P is going to be straight up and down, so I'm going straight over at a 90-degree angle, right? These have to be 90-degree angles. Straight over, and P is going to end up about, or that one's going to end up about there. This one's going straight over, and it's going to end up about there. This one's going straight over. Oh, my. That one's gonna end up about
That's a big bet.
there. And he does this. Okay?
Hey,
That's kind of ish what he looks like.
my man.
Good? Alright, so
Praying,
reflecting him twice equals, in this case, I could reflect him twice, or I could do one thing. What one thing could I do to get from here to here?
Rotate.
I could, whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I could rotate it. How far?
140.
Tackle.
Nope. Rotate
Oh, 60 plus 60.
60 degrees. I could rotate it 60 degrees instead. Yeah?
What will be the majority of the test over?
Wait, no, it would be 120, wouldn't it?
Oh, no. 120. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm not
I
thinking.
don't know.
Yeah, I thought
Rotate.
you were correct.
120. I was just seeing if you were paying attention. 120. Bleh, we gotta double it.
Christ
Okay.
playing Madden.
I was paying attention.
Good? Yes?
It makes sense.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Okay, going on down to the next one. Here is the kicker with this one. Determine the pre-image given the image. They are saying that this is my ending place. Okay? That's the ending image. So we've got to work backwards to get back to the beginning. They are translating it. Hold on. They're translating it along vector K, which means they're shifting it to the right, and then they're reflecting it across this line. So we are going to do the opposite. We're going to reflect it first and then shift it back. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. This is your strategy. Ready? I cannot draw that flower.
I definitely can.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put a dot right here at the top of my flower stem, bottom of the flower stem, and then I'm going to put one more like kind of in the middle. Okay? Top of the stem, bottom of the stem, kind of in the middle where he bends. Okay? So we're going to cross him over.
I do.
We're going to put each one of those points and reflect him across this way. Okay, so about there, and ooh, I can't draw straight lines. There we go. About there. So this is my new flower. That's the new flower stem. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, I'm gonna do my little fluffy flower at the top, whatever. Okay, this dot on this flower can go about over there. So here's
Mine looks pretty bad. Mine made
Okay.
Alright.
this one can go about over. I don't know, there
Alright,
somewhere.
how's your team doing?
It's pretty good.
Okay, there's that.
How is your team?
Okay, there's my flower. All right, now from the beginning, so that's the middle step. That's my step number 2. From the beginning step to this step, I have slid him to the right, that amount. Okay, so to get him back to the beginning, I want to slide him which way?
Anyway.
The opposite way. I'm going to slide him this direction that far. So we're going back. We're going back this way that far. All right, so I'm going to slide him. You're just going to eyeball this. Okay, that's going to go over about to there. This one's going to go over about to there. And there's my flower again. Okay. Flower.
Again.
Something like this. Something like that. Okay. So this is the starting image. And I had to work backwards to get there. Okay.
I don't even have my phone.
Wait.
It's in my pocket. I wasn't on it.
Where did it go?
Yeah, I was going like
Where
this,
did it
twisting.
go?
I swear to God. I didn't even do it.
I don't think he had it.
I
He
literally-
didn't
that's
have
probably
it.
Oh my God.
I've
that
been
was
sitting here the
second
whole
one.
time and he hasn't had it.
No way. It was literally like this. You were going like this. It was like he was gaming hard. Oh my God. Magic.
All right. Starting image, ending image.
You just got finesse. Oh my gosh.
I don't care. He's still not writing his notes down, and he needs to be.
the office for that.
All right. Moving on. Part B. Start, and I'm gonna write these off to the side over here. Double prime means that's my ending, right? -1, -1. B. -2, -4. C. -4, -4. D. -5, -1.
That eraser.
Okay.
Throw it.
We're going back the other direction, so I need to backtrack. The first thing that we're doing is reflecting across the x-axis, then we're reflecting across the y-axis. So if I'm going back the other direction, what do you have to do first?
Throw that eraser away.
He's talking about you, Caitlin.
Okay, I'm gonna say that again. The first thing that we're doing is reflecting across the x-axis, then the y-axis. So if I'm going back the other direction, I've got to do
The opposite.
the opposite.
The negative.
Guys,
Y-axis first. Okay?
Good for you. Good for you.
Alright, reflect across the y-axis. So it becomes negative xy is how we're going to flip him back to a prime. Then we've got to do the last one.
Mr. Electro, expel him at once.
C, oh, I don't know why I did double prime there. B prime, C prime.
Beep, beep. Deep in the night.
Alright, so, A, what's A prime?
-1, 1. Just kidding. 1, 1.
1,
Would be
1, negative 1.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
B,
Would be
2, -4.
2, negative 4. C,
4, -4.
4, negative 4. D,
5, -1.
5, negative 1. Okay? Now, let's go and let's do just A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D.
That's a Fortnite song.
Okay? What are we doing for this one?
God, I hate this.
X-axis.
This one's x-axis. So, the y becomes negative. Alright? So, what do we got?
1, 1,
1, 1.
2, 4,
2, 4.
4, 4,
4, 4.
5, 1.
5, 1. Okay? I'm going to plot all three of those. Starting with this guy. -4, -4. -5, -1.
Great.
Okay? What is this shape, by the way?
Trapezoid.
It's a trapezoid.
Actually, a square.
A trap house.
No, 5. 5, 1.
You're tripping, bro.
I have a headache.
Well, then don't get a headache. I know.
Smarter
You
than
wish
you.
you had this voice, Ollie. Don't even.
He's just like Lynn, smarter than you.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, which one of these is my starting image?
Oh, the rectangle.
Purple. I mean, no, green.
Really, the green is the first one. Then the purple is the last one. Even though that's the one that we started with, the purple, when worked backwards, the green is actually my first thing that I'm doing. Okay? All right? Good, good?
Shut your mouth, Gray.
Yep, we Gucci.
Gucci flip flop.
We're still doing whiteboards and
No.
Why do you guys get the easy stuff?
Okay? Moving on? Go to the back side. We're going to skip A because I cannot draw flower pots.
Oh,
I'm not going to do that. Okay? But B. Let's talk about what we're doing for B.
Oh my God.
We're reflecting a
I
lot.
don't know about you, Josh.
I don't know about you.
Ah.
Okay?
No, I'm just capping.
No, he's not. I'm not that.
All right. What are we doing to get from each image to the other one? What's this guy called? Do you remember?
The
Or
footsteps.
Very first thing that we talked about. What's that called?
Reflection.
This is a
glide reflection.
glide reflection. Glide. I can't
Right.
spell glide. Glide. Let's undo that. Let's do that again. Glide.
said that.
Glide reflection.
Great, right? No. Make sure you guys eat lots of
Glide reflection. Okay. All right. So how much are we going over and then reflecting him? What are we doing here? Like let's just go from this image to this one.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
Let's figure out what we're gliding over. To get from that image to that image, we're going over how many?
You're going 5 down. I'm going off the point closest to the.
He's got to be shifted over this way and then reflected down. How much is he shifted over?
1, 2. About 2.5.
He's going from this point over to about there. How far is that? 2.5?
Mhm.
He's going 2.5 to the right. So what does that look like in parentheses here?
So it'd be 2.5. It'd be 2.5.
2.5 comma what?
1, 2, 3 down.
No. You're not moving him down at all. It's 2.5 comma 0 and then it is over the x-axis. Right? You're flipping him down. After you slide him over, you're flipping him down. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Good?
Mhm.
Yes? Beautiful. Okay, that's it.
That's all you
I
have to
know
find out.
how.
That's all you have to do.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep. I Identify the transformations. Identify the pre-image in each pattern, then identify the sequence of transformations that will carry the pre-image onto the images. Good.
Capping though.
Okay, good. All right.
Cheat homework? Do we have to do it on our